Today I've got the Osprey Manta AG 36 backpack. I've reviewed a bunch of other Osprey packs, including several of the other Manta AG packs, including the Manta 28 most recently. I used that one for my rim to river to rim hike of the Grand Canyon. And this pack I am well acquainted with because I am recently back from a rim to rim hike of the Grand Canyon with 2 nights down at Phantom Ranch. It was an awesome experience. And this pack carried everything I needed for the 4-day trek. All my clothes, food, everything else. And it performed admirably. I was thoroughly happy with it, and I could stop the review right there, but I guess I'll go on with it. Price-wise, this pack is $175. It's not a cheap pack, but again, I think you get a lot for your money with it. It comes in 3 colors: Fossil Gray, Sonic Blue, this is my Manta AG 28, and there's also a Spruce Green, which I don't have. I had a bunch of blue packs, so I decided to get the gray on this. The gray on this, depending on what pictures you look at on the internet, looks like it's different colors. In some pictures it's a light color, some pictures it's a dark color. It's definitely kind of a dark charcoal. And the accent color here, I think in the camera shows up a lot lighter. In real life, it's just a hint, just a slight shade lighter than the rest of the pack. The pack is made of a 210 denier high tenacity nylon on the bottom and up on the top here. And the accent part here is made of a 100 denier mini hex diamond ripstop. It feels very nice. It's pliable. It's not too heavy. Speaking of sizes and weights, this pack comes in 2 sizes, as do most Osprey packs. It comes in a small medium and a medium large. Generally, the small medium is 2 liters smaller than the medium large. So this is the medium large of the 36, which is 36 liters, and the small medium would be 34 liters. Generally, the small medium of the packs are a couple inches shorter, so they're good for shorter people. There are also the female versions of these, the Mira. The men's are the Manta. The female versions of these are the Mira. You can check those out. Those come in a bunch of fashion colors. Weight-wise, the small medium weighs at 2.76 pounds and the medium large 2.87 pounds. And just as a comparison, the AG28, the 2 sizes of this, weigh in at 2.6 pounds and 2.69 pounds. So 2.6, 2.69, and 2.76 and 2.87. So not a ton of extra weight to get another 8 liters of space. The big selling feature of this pack is their anti-gravity suspension system. It's in the name, the AG. And the way that works is on the back here, there is this mesh. Some of the Osprey packs have an adjustable piece up here so you can raise and lower the shoulder straps. This one does not. This has a BioStretch mesh up here and down here to give a little bit extra movement and room and comfort up there. But otherwise, there is this stretchable mesh all through the back here. And when you open the waist belt, wrap it around you, that puts tension here, increases some tension up here. There's a wire frame that runs down the side here. And really that helps put a lot of the weight of this pack on your hips as opposed to on your shoulders, which I think is the idea of the anti-gravity. You sort of don't feel all the weight as much as you would on other packs. So you put it on, create some increased tension, and then this pack has, with that, their airspeed mesh design. So on this back here, there is some space between you and the pack. Can you still make contact with the back of the pack when you're wearing it? Yeah, you can, I think, but I wore this for 30 miles through the Grand Canyon, down and up, and some other hiking down at the bottom. And it was 80, 90 degrees, 100 degrees down at the bottom. And I really don't think my back got that hot with that. I never noticed that my back was sweating, like if I had a full contact backpack on. There is also, aside from that, there is some extra space. A little hard to see at the back here in the video with this mesh in the way here. But even if you come in contact, there are some extra indentations in the mesh or underneath it on the back to also create a little bit of space between you and the back of the pack. So that's that. By comparison, here's my Stratos 34, and you can see the waist belts on this are just completely floppy. They are not doing anything to affect the rest of the pack, and so on this you get a lot more weight up on your shoulders. This is also a great pack. I took this to Nepal, but I wanted to try the anti-gravity series and I've been very happy with it. So let's have a look around the outside of the pack. On the front here, on the bottom, there is the included rain cover, which tucks down in here. You can take that out. If you truly know you're going somewhere where you are not going to have any rain, you can take it out, use that as some extra storage. There's a little rain cover symbol here, so you know that's there. That zips up. On the bottom here, there is a spot where you can attach a blinker. This is also reflective. Moving up, there is a stretch mesh stash pocket. And here I was putting usually my hat, at least one of my hats, and that snaps up around there. Up here, there's a spot for a helmet attachment. There's actually a picture of a little helmet there. You can attach a helmet through there to kind of drape over this. On the front here, there is sort of an admin mesh pocket. On the inside of this, there is a keeper here for your keys. There are 2 mesh pockets here. I've got some medicine and a knife and batteries stuff down there. There's a little bit of space down here, so I have some suntan lotion, but there's a little bit of space. You can store some stuff down in there. Zip that back up. Up here, there is one of those anti-scratch, no scratch sunglass pockets, as a lot of backpacks seem to have. I never put my sunglasses there. I have in here some food, my headlamp, hand sanitizer, a flashlight, some water, electrolyte stuff, some lip stuff. Also the zipper, as long as I'm here, the zipper pulls on the Ospreys I love. They're nice and easy to use. Put your finger in there and pull them shut. And then up above that is the main pocket, which I'll get to in just a little bit. And we come back to that. On the sides here, there are 2 water bottle pockets. And you can get into those pockets from the front and from the top. There are cinch straps above them here, and you can loosen those. So they will certainly hold a Nalgene. And I like it this way because when you're wearing the pack, you have it tilted slightly forward, and that way you can just reach back, grab the water bottle, drink it, put it back in. Alternatively, if you are not going to be needing it a lot and you want it even more out of the way, you can put it in from the top and cinch it down there. On the other side, there's also one. I was putting my hat in one of these. Oh, actually my hat is down in here. My other hat that I was carrying, I would sometimes just reach back and stash it in here. So those pockets can be used for a bunch of things. As a note, while I'm over here, the size markers for these are right here. The waist belt has 2 pockets, and this is big enough for, I put my cell phone in it, I put some snacks and things over here. Got some little shock blocks. The only thing that I don't like about these, is sort of a minor annoyance, is that when you're wearing the pack and you reach back, you can't just pull this shut with one hand. You have to kind of stabilize it in back and then reach to pull it shut. I don't know how you would change that, but you can't, you really just can't reach back and pull it with one hand. You can cinch the upper part here, and in here there is another pocket. This is where I carried my sandals that I wore down at the bottom. I did a review on these, the Zero Shoes Z-Trails. And so there's a stuffed pocket right in there that you can put some stuff in, whatever you want, maybe a jacket or whatever else. I put my sandals down in there to wear at the bottom, and then that will cinch back up to there. But I'll leave it undone because let's have a look in the main department. This is a panel loader. I am fond of panel loaders. I don't like top loaders, personal preference. I think the panel loaders are just easier to get into. So on the inside here, the back is green. I have a few things in here, my IFAK, put some clothes in here. Up on the top here, there is a mesh pocket just on this top half, and that's good for storing some stuff that you don't want to fall down into the pack, some stuff you can reach in and easily grab. There's a little pull right here, and then the rest of the pack down in there, plenty of space. And then behind that is the water bladder pocket, which is here, and that unzips to show the water bladder in there. Now let me just show you real quick, the water bladder that comes with it. It comes with the Osprey 2.5 liter water bladder. It has their quick disconnect tubing here. The bladder itself, 2.5 liters. The top of it pulls off, opens up, and you can load it there. There's a little handle here that you can hold it while you're filling it and then seal it back up. The top has a little keeper so you don't lose it. And then you reattach the tubing to there and out the top of the pack. Now the only thing I don't like about, the reason I have this out of the pack is because I don't use the Osprey water bladders, because I don't like that their tips don't have a cover. You can buy covers for them now after the fact, but they should come with them, because the problem is when you put your pack down, your water tubing starts dangling in the dirt, you don't want to then put that in your mouth. So for that reason, I don't use the Osprey water bladders. I use Source water bladders. And the Source water bladders all come with a cap on the tip that you just take off. And then there's a tip there. You can unscrew it to lock it, and then put the cap back on, and then it's protected. You don't have to worry about it. The tubing also comes some thoughts. It comes in a non-insulated version, and then if you're going somewhere during the winter, you can get an insulated version of the tubing. However, a tip, if you're going somewhere that's freezing, after you drink, blow the water back out of the tubing because it will freeze in the tubing. I learned that the hard way snowshoeing in Yellowstone, and I couldn't get to my water for a couple hours until it thawed. So I'm a fan of the Source bladders. They do all come, as a side note, with a little magnet attachment there, as does the Source water bladder. And what that does is when you're wearing it, connects right on to the chest strap and just goes right across you. That way you have easy access to it. So on the inside of the bladder pocket here, there is a little strap here, little clip that you can clip through the top of the water bladder. That way it keeps it elevated back in there. And then the water tubing routes out the top and down the strap. That's one of the things I didn't like in the Stratos, is that the tubing came out the side. So I like it comes out the top here and down the side. All right, let's put the pack on. So these hip belts really kind of snug to you because of that tension on them. Snap that there. You can tighten and loosen with the straps here, and then that chest strap comes right across here. There's a little bit of stretch right in here and snaps to there. The chest straps are adjustable up and down, and then the water bladder tubing has the magnet, so you can just put it right there and have easy access to it. This also has Osprey's stow and go system for hiking poles, because sometimes if you're going somewhere where you don't need your poles for a while, maybe you're going to be scrambling up some rock, or you're just now on flat ground, you can take the poles, put them through here, put them through and back, and then cinch it down, and they're kind of out of the way, and you can hike free-handed, and poles are out of the way. You can use your hands and stuff, and then you still have easy access to them when you need them again. Loosen this back up, pull it out from the piece down here. That's a little hard to do not looking at it and looking at a camera. But still, it's something that you can do while you're hiking. You don't have to have everyone stop like you do if the pole attachment's on the back like it is on the Gregory's, where the pole attachment is on either side on the back. Here's the back of the pack. There's a size on me. I'm 5'7", and probably can't really see the space there on the back. The water bottle, like I was saying, so I would keep my hat here. Alternatively, you can take a water bottle and just put it right into the side here and have easy access to it there. If you wanted it, you could just reach back, grab it out, versus having to try and get it in vertically. So I like the two options for getting the water bladder in. Now, how about for some nitpicks? Some of them pretty small. Like the straps, this is pretty small, but I wish the straps had some type of keeper system, because you get a little bit of dangling strap here and you get some dangling strap on the side. Not a huge thing, but for instance, on the Stratos 34, on the back here, this shoulder strap has just a little keeper right here, and so it keeps this strap tucked back and out of the way. Again, it's a small thing, but they could just add that right down there. It would be a nice option to add. And the other thing, how about the famous squeak of the Manta AG series? Have you heard about this? I read about it, I wasn't sure, and I found that with both this and my Manta 28, they both do it. But they both do it, I would say, maybe 5% of the time. They don't do it enough to where I would not get the pack. and they both took a couple days for it to happen. I hiked probably, I don't know, 15 miles with the packs before it started squeaking. Some people may have it worse than others. Osprey, I've heard, has great customer service with this, and they will replace the pack or get you something different. There seems to be no good fix, and it seems to do it on all of the Manta AG series. And no matter how I load it in different ways, I cannot fix the squeak, cannot get it to go away. But it stops on its own eventually, so for what it's worth, there you go. So that's about it. The Osprey Manta 36 pack. I've hiked with this pack probably, I don't know, 50, 60 miles, and I love it. It's super comfortable. The anti-gravity system works well to disperse the weight down towards your hips as opposed to over your shoulders as much. Comes with a couple fashion colors. Price, it's a little on the expensive side, but again, I think it's worth it, especially if you're going to be using it for a long distance. So check it out. I will put some links down below. Osprey Manta AG 36.